Hey, it is me, D.L. Hughley. Welcome back to Uncertain. I think we did 2 episodes last week. It was so much to talk about. We had to break down 2 of them. I think that we might do that again. A lot to talk about.
Oh wow, you better come on.
I'm feeling randy.
You feeling froggy?
That is Jasmine Sanders, Austin Hall. We didn't have he disappeared for a little while, right?
Who's that?
Austin. Nah, I was here last time.
Oh, you're not saying.
Oh no, that was a different version.
It's nothing like somebody not knowing.
Where's the African dude? Oh,
he went back to Africa. No, I'm just playing.
As disappointed as I am in all that's going on around, Nolan Wells, there are some people that give me hope, and one of them is Miss Rachel. Miss Rachel, I think, is the kind of it's different when somebody just says something, but she just puts, she has kind of put her money where her mouth is. If her advocacy cost her, opportunities, I would imagine those were financial opportunities, then they're not the kind of opportunities that she wants.
Basically.
Miss Rachel is the new Mr. Rogers.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
She is. She's a new Mr. Rogers.
There you go.
Pretty profound.
It was. And what is her profession? I know she's a YouTube influencer.
Well, she's
right?
a YouTube influencer, but she was also a kindergarten or Head Start teacher or something like that.
Right.
But she's got 23 million followers on her channel, and she basically has a lot of children's programming.
Right. I guess she might if she, and she's an educator too, right? And she's a teacher. So maybe somebody who works with kids, who teaches kids, might care if one comes up missing or hurt.
Yeah.
Right.
Or dying under mysterious circumstances. I tell him, Miss Rachel and Nancy Grace, I would take Miss Rachel and Nancy Grace over Stephen A. Smith and Brandon Tatum any day.
Any day.
They could be honorary Nickies as far as I'm concerned, right now.
Wait a minute.
And I don't even like prosecutors, but Nancy Grace, some of the stuff she's finding out, that she had apparently someone in her staff configure the audio again. So it's really what it is these, when you take a stand against people that society thinks a little of, it generally diminishes you, it hurts you.
Right.
When you take a stand that diminishes people who are diminished, it helps you. Taking Miss Rachel taking a stand for Nolan Wells is probably going to impact her bottom line in a negative way, right?
Right.
But Brandon Tatum taking a stand against Nolan Wells is going to help his.
No, you said it yesterday. White people that support black people lose support, and black people that denigrate black people gain support.
It's just it. And I think it's, and I think that maybe it's probably one of I think there are a couple of reasons that people try to stay away from the fray. But Miss Rachel, she been about it. She with it.
I love it. And you know what I love about it too, though? I love the fact that we all know she's got 20.8 million subscribers on YouTube alone. Right. She's got 9.8 million followers on TikTok and on Instagram, on TikTok, and over 5 million followers on Instagram. So I don't have to tell you from an economic standpoint how much she stands to lose if the parents of some of these children, if some of the advertisers
Now, what are they mad at her for? What would you, honestly, what would be the reason you would withdraw your support? Because a young man comes up missing under mysterious circumstances, there's suspicious activity around, and you decided that that's unacceptable to you. What would be the rationale? To me, what is the rationale for, Nolan Wells' mother's work getting doxxed or that she's getting death threats? But it's consistent with this. I'm telling you, if you look at the history of this country, they have people have been lynched or threatened to be lynched for fighting for justice, for the right to vote, for speaking up for themselves at work.
Right.
So I think it's consistent, but I think one of the things throughout this whole thing is as disappointing as some people are, people like Miss Rachel and Nancy Grace. I never really dug prosecutors, but I think that they're doing something in a way, and I think it's illuminating a situation that people like that would probably not necessarily pay attention to unless you had the Miss Rachels, unless you had the Nancy Graces.
Yeah, you gotta be an asshole to how you even justify not or unfollowing this lady just because she's saying
she got 20
million.
million. This, you know what I don't like when people, I'm going to unfollow you. Motherfucker, I didn't know you was there.
Right.
I got 7 million. I don't know if you're there.
20
no, you
million.
got to make an announcement. Just leave. I don't care.
Right.
Yeah.
I can't take it. We're good.
Yeah. But I think it says a lot about somebody who has something to lose and they put it on the table.
Yeah.
And when you look at the fact that, these kids who have been accused in the situation regarding Nolan Wells still haven't been questioned.
Right.
Right. And I see they started a GoFundMe account of some kind, and they're already getting hundreds of thousands of dollars in support for legal fees.
That's consistent. If you do harm to black people, like remember the girl in I think was it Minnesota somewhere? She called a little special needs kid nigga and raised $8 million.
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
Or $800,000.
That's what I'm saying.
So it's just, I think, but when you find somebody who it really is, and this is not the only time Miss Rachel has taken a stand like this. She's been consistently who she is, and she's decided that, she's not going to run away from the fray. And I think now when people are so vested in protecting their brands, there are a lot of people who, and I would say that there are a lot of people even on the periphery, like people who manage you and people who are your agents and people who represent you from a legal perspective are always reticent to have a client or a talent involved because, we're a 50-50 country.
Yeah.
Right.
So, anytime you say anything good about somebody, but I just, in this instance, I can't really understand what you would be angry about that a woman who worked with children might not want to see something happen to children.
Yeah, if you unfollow Miss Rachel, but you still follow Trump, you a fucked up individual,
are.
man.
Pretty much.
So you mad at the lady who teach kids, but not at the dude who
Right.
fucks them.
Yep.
Like, at the end of the day, that's a weird hill to die on.
But it's so American.
Yep.
It's so American.
Yeah.
You see my skin. You see what it is now.
Look at it.
Now, for years, I was using whatever soap was in the shower on my face, my head, my beard, all of it. One product, whole body, done. And I kept wondering why my beard felt rough and my skin felt dry. Turns out, you cannot treat textured hair like it's something it's not. One size fits all is a lie, somebody told us, and we believed it for far too long. That is why I trust Bask and Leather, a black-owned, family-operated, and built out of real necessity. When a dermatologist told CEO Shayna's sister her hair might never grow back, the family formulated their own products. Today, her hair is down to her hips. Their beard growth magic oil nourishes follicles, softens beard hair, and reduces dandruff. And the men's healthy hair and beard starter kit has everything. It has shampoo, it has conditioner, balm oil, and stimulator formula all in one. The difference between this and what I was doing before, not even close. Explore the viral bestsellers and products for healthier hair of all types from Bask and Leather. Go to baskandleather.com and use code UNCERTAIN for 20% off. That is 20% off at baskandleatherco.com, code UNCERTAIN.
But here's what she wrote, because, she also, when you talked about, it's not the first time that, she talked about her advocacy. This is her stand on Gaza. She said, my deep care for children doesn't stop at any border. And then she went on to say, I want my taxes to help children, not kill them. I want my taxes to feed children, not starve them. I want to build a better world, not bomb it.
Yeah, hey, man, you know what?
Come on, Miss Rachel.
She out
I
here
gotta
making
say,
enemies.
I'm gonna tell you something. Speaking of somebody and children and their consistent advocacy, I just gotta that Mamdani. You can say what you want to. You can say what you want. Do you know what he's doing? We already knew that he was gonna use. He was gonna open the city was gonna open a grocery store. You know what they're doing to that? A closed juvenile facility. In 2011, there was a juvenile facility they closed. He's going to use that. If that isn't building, turning spears into pruning shears, I don't know what is. If that ain't Christian,
Yeah,
that's tough.
this dude got to be doing something for Quran sales, because what he's doing,
Yeah.
you gotta be doing it.
what he's doing, like he's doing everything that he said he would do, but he just seems so human. And I think that what they fear is that what if most Muslims are like him?
Mm.
What if they're not the boogeyman that we painted them? Because there are 2 billion Muslims.
Yeah.
What if they're just, like, if you listen to Bill Maher, or you listen to any neocon, or you listen to anybody on Fox News, or you listen to anybody that is invested in Israel, they have painted a picture that is so inconsistent with what we're seeing right now. First off, you know how bad it is when you'll vote for somebody that has these names. Like, you know how bad it was for Barack Hussein Obama to get the job?
Yeah.
and now Kwame Madami. And
That's
then
like
I'm telling
Kwame.
you, his middle name is Kwame.
Kwame
Yeah.
Mamdani.
Now, you expect a dude like that to sell incense. You don't expect a dude like that to change. But he started a political movement that is so. I think it's the gravitational pull of what he started. This socialist movement that people who are trying to do what it is that the people are asking him to do. The primary in Michigan was won by Abu Sayed. Like the dudes who are winning these primaries
That's
sound
right.
like the people they hunting on Lioness.
Yes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, come see me at the City Winery August 7th through the 9th. That's the City Winery in New York. August 14th through the 16th, I'm going to be at the Ontario Improv in Ontario, California. August 22nd, the Cannon Center for the Performing Arts in Memphis, Tennessee. And make sure you pre-order my book at therealdealhughley.com. Charlie's Boy, An Ode to a Black Father. And a new episode drops this Monday. We're going to be coming 2 times a week, so make sure you check us out.
You know how, this whole thing with ID and you got to have new ID. Mamdani says, listen, to shop in any grocery store, city-run grocery store, you don't need an ID.
And that's what they're the right wing.
They don't
have
like
to
it.
lie because they got to lie because they're saying, oh, you need an ID to go, and it's patently not true.
Yep.
But look how bad. Look, these names. The names of some of these like Mamdani, the young man that won in Michigan, they don't sound like the Democratic nominees. They sound like the dudes that got blew up in Kandahar.
I'm telling
They
you,
sound like
Spencer is out.
they sound like dudes on a watch list.
Yeah.
But the things that they're talking about, I really believe it isn't even just their religion. I believe that it is the antidote for the idea of what a different religion is, or particularly our Western view of Muslims. They are the antidote for that.
Mm-hmm.
And they're popular. Everything they do is human. Seems to be human. And you know what they don't do? What particularly, and I got to give a shout out to the other mayors, because something happened in New York that's fairly consistent with a lot of these young mayors. Mm-hmm. Like if you look at what Brandon is doing in Baltimore, you look what Chicago's mayor is doing. You look at even here what Karen Bass has done. The way that they are policing now. Do you know that every crime, so shout out to all those mayors who are doing innovative work that is dropping crime precipitously. In New York, it is the largest drop and the lowest crime rate or largest drop in crime in New York history in every category.
More than the Giuliani era?
More than, because instead of just arresting people and using the broken window theories,
right.
Remember stop and frisk, they stopped, I think, almost 100,000 or was 100,000 people. There were 100,000 stops. Only 4,000 of them resulted in some kind of somebody that was actually doing something wrong. But if you see this precipitous drop and it's not just policing for policing's sake. It is community involvement with policing, and they're working together and achieving something in a big city like that in a relatively short amount of time that people are starting. Remember, he was going to teach. It was going to be Sharia law. And billionaires were gonna, and it was gonna go to hell.
Still ain't left.
And he's still,
still here. By the way,
you can't, like, why would you be mad at a dude? Like, like the things that he's done with homeless. He got $34 million in repairs and settlements and judgments from bad landlords on behalf of tenants. Homeless outreach, 1,400 people in shelters and freed up hotel spaces. Housing efficiency. He's doing everything they asked him to do. I don't care who he worships. If he's doing this good, book me a room.
Yeah. And what's funny is when you think about it, the right is always peddling the Bible and Jesus and all the things, but they never do Christ-like things.
Nope.
And then conversely, you look at what Mamdani has been doing and the fact that they have always created this shroud of mystery about the Muslim religion. And it's got to be really bad and they do terrible things. They blow people up. And you look at all of the things these people are doing and it's nothing like that.
If you stack bodies up, religion versus religion, the Christians' bodies would be way high. We talked about this before. If you look at the most dangerous events in world history that they're outside of, acts of nature, like a earthquake, a volcano, a flood, a hurricane. Do you know who has perpetrated the most deadly acts on the face of the earth? Christian white males, European white males. They more dangerous than the mosquito. But they're the ones who control a message and tells you who and how violent a religion is. And at the end of the day, I just think that ultimately, I think any religion the core tenet of that religion should be love of one of your fellow man, and love for and you gotta. I think if you are a specific religion, you tell people that you're that religion, if people don't see what you are doing and what's happening in your life and are not curious and want to know what you have that they need, or are kind of interested in what it is and how you got to this place and how settled you sound and how peaceful, then you're doing something wrong. Mm-hmm. You should be a billboard. You should live in such a way that it makes people want to do what you do.
Right.
And I'm telling you right now, I think what they fear is that these people, this young man in particular, is not only, what if politicians actually got to do what the fuck they said they would?
I was just about to say, that might be the real thing. It's like, yo, he's actually helping people.
Exactly.
Not just talking about it, but it's the same thing. It's like people, I think there's a couple of things happening just in life where it's just showing people's true colors, and they don't want things to be better.
Exactly.
They just saying it. Like the Miss Rachel thing. Why are you upset? Because she's fighting for a kid who was slain and ain't nobody investigating.
Because she spoke out.
Yep.
Now you mad at somebody trying to feed people. Like, yo.
Well, I also think it's very important to note they get upset when the benefactors of these things are black and brown people.
Yes.
Right. That's what that is.
But here's the thing. I think that what people don't seem to understand, below a socioeconomic status, you a nigga too. Oh. You really are. You really, the people don't seem to, you don't understand that you have more vested. Most of us know more people who are homeless than we know people who are billionaires or people who are doing exceptionally well. I just read something, and it was talking about the Trump administration in terms of black people. It has been disastrous for black people. It has been disastrous for them. And when you find somebody, and the loss of jobs and loss of resources, and it's just been a lot, and you got to believe that it was deliberate. I think that this didn't just happen. It wasn't just happenstance. But when you see somebody who is, doing something for the common man, because everybody will do whatever, bend over backwards to make sure that business people or, corporations get what it is they want, unlimited resources. This dude, he got expanded protected time off for workers. He got tips that he got from people, that had not been collected. He's making landlords make these changes and be fair.
Didn't take a raise.
Let me tell you something.
I'm like, yo, didn't take a raise.
If you're talking about good people and people who are really making a difference, and people, because these times are very turbulent, I would say, and I think there's a lot of uncertainty, and so I think whenever you have someone who is doing something that is making something better for anybody else, particularly someone that doesn't look like them and isn't from their experiences, I think that Miss Rachel right now is one of my favorite white people for the week.
One of your favorites.
One of my favorite white.
See, there she is. Last one got a favorite crackhead.
I was
now
just
got
about to
favorite
say
white
your
people.
favorite crackhead is a white man.
Man, I'm
Your
tell you
favorite.
something.
I'm scared to ask what's next.
Yo,
The whites is having a pretty good little run right now.
running the board.
I'm telling you, I would trade
right
Miss
now.
Rachel and Nancy Grace for Brandon Tatum and Stephen A. Smith today.
Trade.
And speaking of Brandon Tatum, this dude is always, why don't you debate me? Who told this feeble-minded imp that he was bright? Now, I ain't no wordsmith, but this dude mangles words. Did you see when he was talking to Nancy Grace, he told her, I don't know the ideology. No, that's not, it's me methodology, dickhead. This whole dude's premise is that I was a cop and I was on the street. You were on the streets of Tucson. Yes. The stanking streets of Tucson. When he left, you know what Tucson is a city. It's a growing city, obviously. It has 500,000 people. You know what percentage of black people Tucson had? 3.6%. So that's roughly 19,000 people. And out of those 19,000 people, about half of them are probably women, right?
Right.
Some of them are children and old people, right? So you might be down to 2,000 or 3,000 people. And those 2,000 or 3,000 people that you police gave you this insight, and now you know how to make police stops.
Clown.
You had more black people in your house than you stopped.
Wow.
But he plays this thing, and what he does, he plays the thing like he has such experiences. And that's why he's always, like, even with the Sandra Massey thing, real policemen, people were really, like, I don't know, I'm sure that urban policing has a challenge in any city, but he plays it like he was in Harlem and Compton, like he was in Memphis.
For 20 years.
You in Tucson.
Yeah. Tucson.
If you pull niggas over there, the same two people.
It's always the same thing with you. I'm that guy. I'm that guy.
Listen, but he has this thing, this whole affect, and the way he calls himself officer. You were officer for 6 years, a community relations dude, and now you talk as if you stop people.
Yeah. And when did you become a detective?
He
And
was none
where
of
did
that.
you get the experience for that?
You, and you're a shitty influencer too. But this dude, you won't debate me. He went on what was that?
Jubilee.
Oh, the Jubilee 20
Everybody whipped his ass.
Yeah, man, it was crazy.
you
And
see
they
some of
were college kids, most
He
of
thought
them.
he could do like what he is. It must be horrible because his master's gone.
Yeah.
You know, his master's gone, so now he got to try to replicate. He's an idiot.
He is an idiot.
Who
Nah,
told
he
this
is.
feeble-minded imp that he was a mental giant?
I never seen nobody get on that 20v1 and get their ass whooped by all
By
20.
everybody.
By everybody.
It was a janitor that asked him questions.
Yeah. He said, let me put this mop down.
And
Did
put my
you
foot
read
in this
the
dude's
book?
ass. You know, and it's a whole gimmicky thing. The thing that was out of all the things that he said that I found the most insulting, this is what he said about the Tulsa race riot.
Are we on the same page of what happened in the Tulsa riots? Tulsa race war?
It depends. What do you think happened?
Well, I know what happened. There was a conflict between black and white people. There was a fight between the two. White people got the best of black people in Tulsa.
Now, a lot of people, I remember Tom Hanks wrote an article, and he had never heard, and this was a couple of years ago, he'd never heard of the Tulsa race riot because it's something they won't publicize. It's something they don't talk about. But you know what galls the shit out of me? That the first time many people will hear about it is through that big coon's lips, lying lips.
Right.
That you can't find anybody to give that account anywhere, but he can do it, and he lies with impunity. A debate isn't me making some lies up and you making some lies up. It is somebody saying what is true and what isn't.
Correct.
He lies for convenience, and they got into a fight, and then do you know that it was the first time in American history where citizens of this country were bombed from the sky. People got in airplanes and dropped explosives on black people. 300 black people died, and he acts as if it was a disagreement. There was almost the equivalent of $2 billion in damage. It was so destructive that they had mass graves all over the country, all over the city. It was so destructive that area will never come back again. And you play it as if nothing happened, and that's the thing about these kind of people. There is no lie they won't tell. It doesn't have to come from a book. It doesn't have to come from a professor. It doesn't have to come from an expert. He will, as long as it comes from a white man's lips, he believes it, and he will repeat it.
Yeah.
Well, the sad part, too, though, is how do you get to be the age that he is and you don't know anything about Tulsa?
This idiot, he knew
How
about
do you
Tulsa.
not know?
He knew about Tulsa. Remember somebody asked him about the book.
All of
That
the
book
black
that you watched mentioned
congressmen,
that.
it's in his book.
You saying he mentioned that black people were not fit to
Yes,
participate
that
in
is
the
the
politics.
whole
No, it's
thesis of
not.
Up From Slavery.
No, it's
Did
not.
you read the book?
I did not read the book.
There you go. Then you don't know
Well,
what you're talking
I
about.
know.
How the fuck you gonna go to a debate when you don't read?
Oh,
like
he
the
didn't read the
dude, the dude is a fucking
Idiot.
mental midget.
Yeah.
In the Battle of Wits, he comes unarmed.
Did you read the book? No, I did not read the book.
And everything he says is something. Here's the thing: no matter if Sewell says it, no matter if Candace Owens said it, or the coon du jour, whoever it is, they say exactly the same thing. They say exactly the same
Well, wait,
thing.
though, I got to give the one thing I will say about Candace. I'm not a fan.
No,
but
she's
she's
a very
smart.
bright woman.
She's
a very
bright.
woman.
She's
a
very
bright
well
woman.
learned.
She's a
At
very
least
bright-
she would have read the book and she knows about Tulsa.
She's a very bright woman, and she lies with a straight face well enough and articulately
sure.
enough that it can confuse you. This dude ain't no confusion at all. That was like the Globetrotters and the Washington Generals.
Yeah, no, this shit was crazy.
It was great.
Somebody should have told you, in the Battle of Wits, let's do come in unarmed. What did you think would happen? These are literal college kids. You tried to replicate Charlie Kirk. At least Charlie Kirk was bright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you ain't read the book.
You got your ass handed to you. Oh,
Well, you would have think he would have at least Googled
the
right,
thing.
to look at a video and say, let me see what I'm up against.
Do you see? This is him on Nancy Grace.
Have the friends taken polygraphs?
Well, from my understanding, all but I believe one took a polygraph, and from what was told to me, that they all passed. I don't know the name of it. It's an equivalent of a lot of
So
technical
not
tests.
a
It's a different methodology. I don't believe it was a polygraph test. I believe they took other stressors in order to analyze if
So
the
then
people were
the
telling the
answer
truth or
to
not.
did they take a polygraph would be no.
I didn't. This dude is arguing for people on their word.
Right.
He didn't see it. He wasn't there. He is arguing for people, and that is what he does. He takes the lies of white dudes right out of hand.
Well,
I don't care if it's in a book. I don't care if it's an expert. I don't care if it's a committee. If a white man said it to this idiot, it's true.
Right. But he doing such a bad job. Nick Fuentes was like, "Oh, nah, man, we don't need you out there doing our work."
This is what Nick Fuentes said.
Go up nigga 6, 7 cent $20. Brandon Tatum got to be one of the biggest retards with his Israel stance. The guy had nothing to refute Myron. Myron hit him with fact after fact, and he had absolutely nothing other than a disagree, and that's not true. Spoiler, it was true. Dude sold out to Israel for 5 bands in a Snickers bar. Pretty sad. Stay safe, Nick.
Thank you, man. Yeah, dude, he's a coon. That is a straight up coon. That's just what he is. He does it for free. He goes, I don't take money from Israel. I don't take money. Oh, you do it for free then? Wow. Wow. Good boy. Good boy. Wow.
When you
That's
can't
bad.
coon enough for him,
That's bad.
Right.
when a Mexican white supremacist calls you a coon,
You're like, yo, we got no use for you. You out here making us look bad. You ain't even
you
white.
cank coon enough.
So I'm like,
That's
Like he acts as if, and you know what? Every time he's on one of these, he's loud and wrong, and so I think he's probably obviously a big guy, so he talks really loud. This Nancy Grace all but sunned him. When I was on, this is me on Megyn Kelly. I didn't let that bitch talk crazy to me.
How this happened with Michael Brown and Ferguson.
And we still don't know the facts there.
Well,
we have a police officer's word
we do.
and a grand jury's word.
No, we have the Department of Justice's word.
The Department of Justice shut down Ferguson. Ferguson had to be shut down because it was so corrupt.
The Department of Justice found that the police there had endemic racism. They found that.
Right.
But they also exonerated Officer
But
Darren Wilson.
that's not a.
And they found
let me
hands
ask you
up, don't
something.
shoot was a
Let me
lie.
ask you something.
And that
No,
Michael
is,
Brown
wow.
was the aggressor.
Wow. Here's what I'll say.
Don't wow me.
Don't tell me not to wow you. I can say wow if I want to, and I'll tell you this.
That is what they found,
I'll tell you this. They found systemic racism, right? Mm-hmm. So it's unbelievable. They also found systemic racism, and we know that Darren Wilson left the department because it was so racist it had to be disbanded, and he went to Ferguson, another department that is rife with racism.
I'm not going to let you do that.
right.
You know what? He plays home games. He plays where he has decided advantage, and that advantage is he gets to lie. You remember when the whole apparatus, once they took off the ability to fact check off social media, you notice how there was an influx of people like those people because there's nobody to check it, and there's no consequence for lying.
Right.
He's a liar.
You're right.
And they use him because his lips are so big they amplify white lies better. It's ridiculous. The Tulsa race riot was a fight that they lost.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It was a slaughter. And here's the thing, historically, it was a part of the Red Summer. Where not only Tulsa, but Detroit, there were race riots all over the country, and hundreds of black people died. And it was all for reasons like somebody looked at somebody, or somebody got a job, or somebody tried to vote.
Or they were trying to unionize.
Somebody tried to unionize. And to play it as if it was just, and that is why the men like that is so dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what's interesting is you recall he did an interview and he talked about how, the biggest problem is black people on black people. And, you see all of these people who are trying to do good, but black people aren't. Well, the thing is, in Tulsa, they were rich.
Exactly.
They were wealthy.
The
and
whole
do you know who
bootstrap
destroyed
argument,
them?
yes.
It was not black people.
Exactly.
It was white people, Brandon. White people did that.
The people, that whole bootstrap argument and what happens and how come they virtually every time, whether it was Rosewood or Detroit or Chicago, places where black people are accused wealth, those people decided that they wanted to destroy it. And then you have a mental midget like him talking about it was a fight.
Mental midgets.
It was a fight. It was a part of a concerted effort to dismantle black wealth and to terrorize people.
Yeah.
And you get there and you argue and there's no systemic racism. Racism never existed.
I'm like, yo, man.
It must, man. Man, the dinner table at that house. He literally must go to her family reunion to hear what they say.
Because he can't go home. He can't go home.
No. And what he is doing, this is the thing. What he is doing to Nolan's Wells' mother,
oh yeah,
the way he's antagonizing her, and enriching himself off making things hard for her, don't tell me you love your black mother. You cannot tell me that.
Yeah, I don't even know.
He's actively participating in terrorizing, and thinks that it's okay.
Yeah, that
and
lady
it's all
can't
for
be
his personal gain.
That lady can't be in his life.
I tell you what.
I know his grandmama ain't in his
I was
life.
just about to say to somebody.
It's impossible.
I don't think he really got no black women in his life.
He can't. And he's from
like,
Texas.
He
Come
can't.
on, you stop playing.
Can't go home.
And here's the thing: you can't be from Texas and not know about the Tulsa race riots. You can't be from Texas and not know. He knows he's lying, and he does it. And the way that he does it, unfazed, the way that he can do it with a straight face and argue, that is his value. It sure isn't his intellect.
Yeah.
Well, he better do what he can do.
The only time I saw somebody that dumb was Herschel Walker.
I was just about
and
to
at least
say.
Herschel Walker could run a football.
Yeah, I was just about to say, let's take this out on the field.
And both of them, and I'm pretty sure that Herschel Walker could beat Brandon Tatum in the spelling bee. I'm pretty sure. That's going to be Uncertain for the week. We're going to see you next week on Uncertain.